Are you thinking about buying a new e-bike, but you're unsure of what brands to trust? In this video, we'll dive deep into the world of e-bikes, discussing what brands you should buy from and what brands you should avoid at all costs. We'll go over not only build quality and customer support, but we'll go over the latest trends in the industry that could leave you with a broken bike and an empty wallet. Don't get burned, so watch this video so you can make the right choice. Let's go.
First of all, brand. And why does that matter? Well, it matters for a couple reasons. I'm not going to go into full detail, but the two biggest reasons is you've heard of it. So it's out there. They're probably a sizable company if you've heard of that brand. And two, you're going to know what reputation they have. And it's no different than like the car industry or motorcycle industry or whatever you're into. It's the same thing. That brand, you're going to hear about it. That's going to show you maybe possibly the size of the company, and then you're going to know the reputation that company has. Just like I said, any car manufacturer or motorcycle manufacturer, you're going to know the reputation, and that's important. If you're on a budget, you just need something when you go camping, something to get A to B, you don't have to go far, things like that. And I think if you're on a budget, I think brands like Electric, Hovsco, and King Bull, those are some really good companies that not only offer you several different types of e-bikes if you're on a budget, but good quality, and they've got bikes in stock, and especially right now that's important, bikes in stock. And then you've got your higher performance bikes where you get more of like into the 52 volt and the 60 volt type e-bike. Now where that's important is not only in the build quality, but start worrying about customer support, because when you're buying an e-bike that's higher performance, it's not only about the build quality, it's about the customer support. And companies that I'm able to really trust in and feel good about in the industry are the companies that I support. And honestly, those are the companies that I reached out to personally, because they would be the e-bike companies I would buy from if I was spending my own money. And that's Rave and Goat Power Bikes. And of course, my personal favorite choice, Ghost Cat. The reason that I pick these companies are build quality and the performance and reliability, and knowing that if I order it, I want to get it even if it's on back order, and knowing if something goes wrong, I'm going to get it fixed. And that's another key point I want to hit on right now, and that's customer support after the sale. And nobody does that in the industry, and I want to say that in the entire industry, as well as Electric does it in the budget-friendly categories, and no one in the high-performance e-bike categories with the 52 and 60-volt e-bike category does it better than Ghost Cat. And I talk to the owners of all the companies that I work with almost on a daily, but definitely a weekly basis, and nobody in the industry handles after the sale better than Ghost Cat. And that goes from parts and service. And if you've got an issue, people are going to answer the phone. They're going to get back to you on that email in a good, timely manner that's not going to leave you wondering if they left you hanging. And that's super duper important. Now, companies to avoid, and I'm not going to just single out any names in general, but things to kind of watch out for. And that's if you haven't even heard of them. That's going to be a big part of this. Unless you're just relatively new to the e-bike game, is one thing. But if you're not new to the game and it's just a company you haven't heard of, that's one thing. You know, if they don't even have an actual website of their own, it's another thing to worry about. And I really truly believe that if it's at all possible to buy the e-bike that you're looking for, the e-bike that you want, I really think that you should buy it from a brick or mortar, like a local store, if at all possible, because if something goes wrong, it's just a heck of a lot easier to deal with than having to deal with going through the mail or emailing someone or trying to get a hold of someone that's in another state, if not another country. Things to avoid would be like, don't buy from a secondhand person, like don't buy off Amazon, don't buy off eBay, don't buy a brand name that you just haven't heard of. And those are just red flags, and you just want to avoid those brands and those companies at all costs, because not only are you risking getting an e-bike that's not going to work and you're going to end up with a broken e-bike and an empty wallet, because these things are mass manufactured, and every once in a while even the greatest of companies have problems and issues. It is gorgeous out. Let's go down here. I always like going down here, especially on the Ghost Cat F3X Pro that we're on today. This is my favorite bike. I'm waiting on my F4X Pro, which looks like that'll be in June, towards the end of June, just making sure everything's right before it leaves the factory. And I really appreciate those guys doing that, because it's not easy to tell your customers you're making sure everything's right all the time. That's really hard to do, and they're just doing the right thing. And it's that customer support and after the sale I really like about those guys. This thing is just so freaking awesome. I just love the all-terrain ability here that this bike offers. You can just get down here next to the creek. All right, check this out. All right, so this is Gore Creek. It's famous for fishing. It's famous for whitewater kayaking, named after Lord Gore that came here on a hunting expedition many moons ago. And there's the name of Gore Creek from Lord Gore. And there's your history facts. There's Lions Head Rock, Meadow Mountain on the other side over there. That's I-70 running through the mountains here. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Well, being in the industry forever and ever, and really enjoying e-bikes and riding them on a daily basis, even through the winter, how to spot an e-bike company you can trust. And to me, that's easy. It's the website, and most of all, it's the community. What I mean by that is that social media community. Now in an age of social media this and social media that, and YouTube this and YouTube that, you can really spot a decent e-bike company by the ones that send out these e-bikes to be reviewed and give these e-bike influencers and these social media people affiliate codes to sell their e-bikes with. That's a really big one. And also just the presence they have on social media as a company alone, not only offering advice on which e-bike to get, but community support and these e-bike people that customize their e-bike and know how to fix their e-bike. It's just super, uber duper important, because at the end of the day, no matter what e-bike you buy, I think it's a good idea to learn how to fix them yourself, because a lot of these e-bikes, honestly, are just plug and play. Minturn e-bike trail. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So yeah, buying an e-bike from a quality company is merely spotting its website presence, the community it is in general, and just how strong that community is, and are those people in that community happy with their purchase? Are they happy with their e-bikes? How much do they love their e-bikes? And an example of that is Ghost Cat and their e-bike communities, and just how much in love those people are with their e-bikes. And you see that with electric too, just how much in love they are with their e-bikes. And having a social media presence is really sticking their head out there saying, this is our e-bike company, and we really stand by our product, and these are our customers, and here they are to testify on an open format is absolutely gigantic. It's just huge, huge, I tell you. Oh man, let's go up here, we'll wrap it up. I got some errands to run, and honestly, I'm just getting freaking hungry right now. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it helped a little bit, just gave you a little bit of insight what to look for on your own, because we're all going to go down that rabbit hole. And a lot of times when we tell people what to do, they do the opposite. You know, there's that part too. And I just wanted to give you a little inside scoop of what to look for and what to avoid, because I have to look at things from that perspective too, of what to look for and what to avoid as well, because no matter what, at the end of the day, my reputation means everything to my channel. And like my grandfather always said, reputation is the hardest thing to get and it's the easiest thing to lose. And the last thing I need to do on my small little YouTube channel, especially in these early stages, is go with a company that I'm not going to go through and see if they offer customer support, if they offer a great product, if they do that after the sale customer support that we all need in case something goes wrong, or in case we just need an extra part, or in case we want to buy a bike again, or suggest it to a friend. All those things are just super important. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I've got many adventures, many more bikes to come, and I can't wait to show you some of the things I have in store for you, including some of the views here in Colorado. And we're not far from flowers, the wildflowers blooming. We're still in the pollinating state of the season, but soon we'll have flowers blooming everywhere to be gorgeous. You can see the aspens starting to pop up in these small little groves here and up through Meadow Mountain there, the aspens. But until our next adventure, this is Chris with the Colorado Adventure Channel, hoping you happy shopping and get the e-bike you like. If you want a discount on the Ghost Cat F3 X Pro or any of the bikes that they've got coming out or in stock, just my discount code Colorado, save you $50. Until our next adventure, peace. Finding freedom in these walls till the final fade out falls. Master of a mix, sound is soul transfixed.